Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Bad Friends podcast. My name's Tomas Murphy and I'm joined as always by Connor Kennedy.
Hello. I was on a different podcast this week, but I still plugged this one.
Because he's a real G. This is a very, well, I won't say very special. This is our bumper edition of the podcast where all we talk about is this big that by the time you're listening to this will be happening.
It should be happening tonight when you're listening to this. So this should be the last piece of media you watch before you go to bed so you can wake up for the fight.
Yes.
So
this is the most important thing you
insight.
will hear.
Do you want to watch the Two True Geordie podcasts? No, you don't. You want to
No.
watch two random people from the west of Ireland talk about two people that they have never met. So
Well, this week myself and Connor were in contact with Jake Paul himself.
yeah, more than once.
Yeah.
He DM'd me again
Yeah.
today off his own back. So
Did he?
yeah, I don't know if you saw my Twitter.
What is that?
He just DM'd me out of the blue. I was coming home from school, and he DM'd me on my. This is on like my private Instagram again, and he just DM'd
say
me
the same thing?
again, and this time just said, "What's up, fam?" Like, "What's up, fam?" That was it. I
Was it him or...
haven't messaged him since his original message, so it's just two messages from Jake Paul.
He's super thirsty.
Yeah, he actually wants a collab. I'm actually gonna start a Minecraft series with Jake Paul. But ignoring that, Paul, this episode is obviously mostly dedicated around KSI Logan Paul. So if essentially, okay, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Who are you backing? Who's gonna win?
Okay, so...
As two non-boxing experts, might we add.
Before I watched the press conference,
Yeah,
the last press conference,
the
I
third
watched
one.
today, before I watched that, I thought Logan was gonna win.
Yeah,
But now I'm pretty confident in JJ.
yeah. I think he's carried himself like way better in these most recent ones. Because like Logan and you pointed this out before we started recording. Shannon, they just seem a bit too nervous. Like JJ's as much as people are like saying, "Oh, JJ's not talking, he seems nervous." Like him not talking is just kind of being like, "Yeah, okay, I'm ready. I'm already ready for this."
He's keeping us cool.
Yeah.
But even in at the open workout that they had during the week, in Joe Weller's video, he said that Logan was showing a lot of nervous energy.
Yeah. Like when they were doing the warm up thing, because he didn't do a lot. JJ was like hitting pads and things, and Logan was just kind of walking around.
Doing press ups and skipping rope, and Logan was acting as if it was an event rather than just like a workout.
Yeah.
So,
I reckon if he's nervous, what Logan's gonna do is he's gonna go out and he's gonna just start swinging immediately. And he might just gas himself out again.
Yeah.
But
now,
I think it's because this last time, like, everyone kind of had agreed. Logan is kind of the one he's not the favorite. He has less experience. While he is bigger, like, he just is less likely to win. He's less just trained, I guess, in boxing. But now he doesn't have that excuse anymore. He's been trained by one of the most iconic heavyweights of all time in Shannon Briggs.
Shannon Briggs has 37 first round knockouts.
Yeah, like...
So, JJ is actually the underdog on this fight.
Yeah, and, like, Logan obviously has the height, reach, and probably weight advantage that he had before this fight even, like, came to pass. Like, he had that at the first one, and he still has it now.
Yeah.
And he's had... I don't want to say... I'm not saying JJ's been, like, completely lackadaisical about it, but he as a lot of people have brought up, he was on tour. He was
He did bulk,
yeah, he did bulk
but
pretty heavily.
he knew what he well, and you can tell by the way. I mean, at the press conference, even in what they were wearing shows how they were feeling about it. Logan was wearing a real tight top. JJ was just kind of wearing like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So Logan is definitely. I mean, they both looked. Even though JJ he wasn't wearing really tight clothes or anything, you can still see he's huge.
Yeah.
But Logan is definitely still trying to
almost intimidate him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being like, yeah, look at me, I'm massive.
And you can tell JJ just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that Logan kept pointing out, and I think he pointed out a few times in the newest one, is that JJ was kind of slouched, and he was like, "Oh, that means he's nervous."
He said his posture. He said his posture was bad.
Yeah, I don't think that is him being nervous. I think that's just JJ
I think he's
being relaxed, and Logan's kind of tense up straight.
Yeah, Logan
I was trying to present himself as though I'm not nervous.
He was sitting with his chest out, his hands on his hips, and his chest out.
Yeah.
And he's even when whoever the vice principal or the vice president of Matchroom Boxing was giving a speech at the press conference.
Yeah.
Logan was kind of swiveled, faced him completely.
Yeah.
So he's definitely trying to show that he's being dominant, and he's making these big, big movements with his body, and he's it's all about. He's definitely focusing on his body language for sure.
Yeah, that's why a lot of videos I know that Tom mentioned this to me, but there's a guy, I forget his name, but he's body language expert or something, and he's been making loads of videos about KSI and Logan Paul. He's been talking about how JJ seems, JJ's not looking at Logan, or JJ's walking away from Logan and everything, and he's that means JJ's nervous and all this stuff, which I'm not gonna completely discount him, because obviously he's an expert on the whole thing, but I do think that it just seems more to me that he's just relaxed, he's grand, and Logan's more yeah, I'm fine. Please, I promise I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah, and JJ boasts that he's definitely the smarter one, but even doing that, he is playing down his own intelligence.
Yeah, one thing I thought from the newest press conference that was, I found it so annoying, is JJ, as much as JJ and Logan were both complaining no boxing questions, what the hell, which in fairness that was pretty bad. There was no boxing questions. It was that was terrible. It was, you could tell that the press were just what happens if this happens?
The YouTube perspective,
yeah. And how are you able to know all this maths, Logan? Because I have a big brain. Move on. Can we have a boxing question, please? But as much as Logan was worse than JJ. JJ was pretty bad for asking, but what was it that Logan was saying? He was saying any boxing questions? Come on, no freaking boxing questions. But when JJ actually asked him a boxing question, you like Muhammad Ali?
To answer.
You like Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
Name 3 of his opponents. And JJ even gave him, and JJ said, "Oh, fine then, George Foreman." And Logan was just "Can you do maths? What's 8 times 7?"
Yeah, Logan was what is this, boxing trivia? But
can you do maths?
But what's 9 times 9?
And then JJ was this is ridiculous.
JJ was what the fuck is the point in this? JJ laughed at him. JJ laughed in his face, and Logan just was completely unfazed by it. He goes, "It's 81."
Yeah, in Logan, and especially in Shannon's attempts to intimidate or get in the head of JJ and Shannon with Vidal, they just ended up winding themselves up, I think. Logan with his whole, it's 81, I'm so smart, I'm way smarter than you, but he's he keeps dodging questions about relating to what he's actually meant to be doing this weekend.
Yeah, but like Logan, yeah, he did kind of like he made a fool out of himself kind of that way. But he did have some good answers still.
Yeah, but you know who didn't have any good answers? Shannon Briggs.
Shannon the Cannon Briggs.
Oh my God, he continues.
Shannon Briggs.
He continues to humiliate himself, and he doesn't even need Nico Amalana to do it for him.
Shannon Briggs is nervous.
As
he is scared. I wouldn't even say nervous. I say he's scared.
As Cal Freezy said this on Twitter, that with Shannon Briggs, he cannot hack a YouTube event. He can do boxing events all day, every day, but he can't deal with the public taking the mick out of him. He wants to be that weapon, but everyone's just like, you're past it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Especially from Vidal, he can't take it. Like Vidal saying, "Oh, lol, Shannon can't pass a drugs test," but then like,
so if this is what that's like, that's exactly what I thought when I saw that in the press conference. I was like, Vidal made an offhand remark. He was like, after this fight, Shannon, you can go back to taking drugs and everyone can forget about you again. Yeah. I was expecting Shannon to be like, let's go, champ, whatever. Like some sort of like comeback that was still like
cringe, but
that was still like trash talking. But he got angry. He got legitimately angry, and so he was like, "You won't be saying any of that shit when I break your fucking jaw. Remember that. You fucking remember that." Yeah. And he was like, "You're just a little boy. I'll put you in your fucking place."
Yeah.
And
we're savages here in America.
Yeah, we're savages. We're gonna treat you like Americans. We're gonna abuse you. Yeah. So like the way that he just completely snapped, that I don't know. I know like I could be completely wrong here, but that made me think that like, this guy's antsy. This guy does not. He doesn't seem confident enough to be able to take a joke.
Blows. Yeah. Like, especially I thought, which was probably just as bad as his like response to Vidal of I'll put you in your place, I'll break your jaw. Was his reaction on Instagram to Nico Amalana winding him up.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how many of the viewers would have seen this, but Nico Amalana, who is basically YouTube's resident wind-up, like that's his whole gig, is just to wind up as many people as he can. This time last year for the first fight, he said he got Greg Paul, Jake Paul, and Logan to say, "I'm a nonce KSI," so he could cut it and say, "I'm a nonce." And this year he did it with Shannon, but he also got Shannon Briggs to say, "And I'm a pussy," which was just a funny little haha. But Shannon, let me pull up this
Cannon _ Briggs. Said, I don't have it in front of me. But
I will put it up in front of me here now, but I thought it was hilarious.
You got me to say something that I didn't know I was saying. Not cool. And then see you soon.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like,
so,
he was
Shannon Briggs is privately,
threatening.
I could be threatening a early 20-something-year-old
wind-up
YouTuber.
He's a comedian.
So
it's kind of like when Jeremy Lynch tried to snap Stephen Try's foot at the Wembley Cup.
So either Shannon Briggs is
crazy.
Either he's crazy and he's nervous about the fight, or he's trying to he's smart, or he's smarter than we're giving him credit for, and he knew that would be made, those DMs would be made public, and he was like, okay, this will make people think that we're not ready when we air, and they could come with the thunder here.
Yeah, but at the same time, with the way he's portrayed himself, I don't even know if Shannon Briggs is capable.
I don't even know if he's mentally stable or not. But if Logan does win the fight and Shannon does, he does present a new personality where he is, sane.
Yeah.
that would be that would be the greatest tactic of all time.
Yeah. But, like,
You
as
know?
of now, the entire UK YouTube scene is just laughing at him. He
Yeah,
is
everyone
the UK YouTube
everyone
scene's
thinks he's a
punching
fucking
bag.
idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the punchline of
This whole
every
event.
joke, every single comment in Logan's, all his videos on his boxing, JJ's,
Yeah.
DAZN's, Eddie Hearn's tweets, all of them are
Let's go, champ.
"Let's go, champ" or some variation of that.
Yeah. Like, it's
So he's being made an absolute
melon.
mockery out of.
He is just
But-
looks like an idiot.
But if Logan wins, he is going if Logan wins, then I'll have some serious respect for what Shannon Briggs has done.
I still like. I'm not gonna say I'm a massive boxing fan, but how many flipping knockouts does he have in the first round? Like
37.
Yeah,
37 first round knockouts.
I have so much respect for him anyway, just for that. But I do think
two-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, but I still don't think he can hack this sort of a scene at all.
Yeah.
It's not for him.
Yeah, because he's not in the right generation. Like, how old is he?
No. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, literally. I'm waiting for someone to be like, okay, boomer, Adam.
I was, you know what he was like going up to Vidal. Literally, my first thought was just Vidal just go, okay, boomer.
He's 40. He's 47, so he's like.
He's not, but it's
not quite a boomer. But he's not. He doesn't have a big online presence.
No.
Other than
His
what
Instagram.
Logan has given him.
His Instagram is like, for someone with the record that he has in the heavyweight division, to see the sort of stuff he's putting up on his Instagram of like pictures of him holding like two babies in his hand. The two babies are Vidal and KSI. It's like they're living in his house. They're living in his head rent free. Like,
Yeah.
like I'll argue with it that I don't think they've fully like wound up Logan. I think Logan can take it, but
Yeah, because Logan
knew what
grew
he's
up
getting
on
into.
Vine.
He knows what he's getting into. But with Shannon, he just seems like he's lost.
Yeah. I mean, all he posts on his Instagram are, like, Mad Libs.
Yeah. I don't know. What's probably the most interesting like side of this whole thing is who. I asked this on the Nowcast as well. Who's better coped to lose? Who?
JJ.
I think it's JJ as well, but I also don't think Logan's exactly gonna just bang off the face of the internet because of it.
No. But,
It'll be harder for him to do what he wants.
JJ has sidemen.
Yeah.
JJ has his music career.
And he still has
so that's two things.
he still is
He has
the
a massive
kingpin.
amount of money.
He still is the kingpin of the UK
He's
YouTube
he's
scene.
the king of UK YouTube, yeah. So if he does lose, what's he gonna do? He's gonna stop making videos for
2
maybe
months.
6, maybe more. He's gonna come out with a new album.
Creature.
Yeah, like he's gonna produce a bang load of Sidemen videos.
Yeah.
But Logan doesn't have a music career. The closest thing he does have to a group channel is his podcast.
Yeah, which isn't. It's a good podcast, but
Yeah, but it's hard. It's a lot harder to fall back on a podcast than it is a group channel.
yeah, and
Because a podcast, after all, is just a conversation, and
Yeah.
inevitably, on impulsive, if Logan loses, he's gonna have to still talk about
the
losing.
fight. He
Yeah.
because he's like, it'd be the same thing if JJ won or if JJ lost. I mean, like he's not gonna be able to just shelter himself away from boxing. Like the next YouTube boxing
Yeah.
event, especially if like what's being touted, it'll be Jake versus JJ.
Jake versus.
Jake
Jake versus Gib.
Well, I know that's to come first, but Jake
Oh,
versus
yeah,
JJ
yeah,
is
yeah,
also
okay.
meant to happen afterwards. But if that's to happen, Logan's gonna have to tackle that head on, because he's gonna be the one person that everyone's gonna want to hear from if that happens.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that A, would have lost to KSI, and B, is
Would
Jake's
know.
brother.
Yeah, so he's gonna know exactly
what he's getting into.
Yeah, so
that's why everyone's going to Joe Weller now. Like,
yes, that's why Joe Weller was chosen as one of the commentators for this fight and one of Sky Sports pundits.
Yeah.
But if Logan loses and JJ fights Jake,
he can't.
Jake's a lot younger.
Yeah.
Jake's a lot younger. Jake is shorter, or maybe Jake and JJ are the same height, but Jake is shorter than Logan.
Yeah, I think he's I think Jake versus JJ for a fight is probably like they're about on the same billing. Like weight, size, everything.
Yeah, but I think Jake would have more of an edge on JJ for that fight than Logan has on JJ for this fight.
Yeah.
Because Logan knows exactly how JJ fights. He's been in the ring. He would have been in the ring with him twice. Logan would probably be not, he could be Jake's coach as well as, it would probably be Shannon Briggs as well.
Yeah.
So that would be an interesting fight to see, but that'll be 2 years probably by that happens.
Yeah. By the time Jake fights Gibb and then goes on to fight JJ. Because the thing is, as of now, with the whole like where does Jake versus Gibb stand?
It's just been confirmed, hasn't it?
Yeah, Jake basically confirmed Friday. It himself that it is happening, but it's not happening now. So
yeah, they're like it's happening, but not yet, and not when you think it will.
Yeah, so it's whenever it does happen, they have to obviously book that, and it's going to be hard enough for them to book that without just making it its own separate show, because, like it or not, that is now a big fight. Like, that's almost a main event fight, if KSI Logan is a main event fight.
So, yeah, definitely.
So, if that's a main event fight, then obviously we have to make a full card for that, so that's going to get its own separate thing, and they have Matchroom Boxing have to book that. And then they're going to have to book the winner of that versus JJ, maybe. But if Gibb wins, would Gibb want to fight JJ?
No, I don't think Gibb wants to fight JJ at all.
No
way.
Well, they fight every, they probably have sparred together so many times. It'd just be like going into their gym in London and recording them.
But I don't think not even like whether it will be a good fight or not. It will be a good fight, but I don't think either of them want to fight each other.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing against each other. The whole reason, Logan didn't really have much, or JJ didn't have much against Logan either, really. Like,
yeah,
it was just kind of JJ beat Joe. And then that was around the time when Logan was,
Japan,
after the suicide forest. So, and Jake was in shit with his neighbors and all that shit. He was being, noise, complaints and all that shit.
Yeah.
He got evicted. So that was when the pause were, as you said before, the punchline of the YouTube community.
Yeah, and they're at their most hateable.
Yeah. So that's why JJ and Logan fought the first time. But then, it snowballed into this huge rivalry that they didn't really have before.
Yeah, it went from probably... It was just YouTube's good guy versus YouTube's bad guy, and now they're both kind of, on equal pegging at this stage, really, because a lot of people respect Logan now.
Yeah. I used to kind of... I wouldn't say hate, but, I didn't like Logan at all. But the one sole person responsible... for me now liking and respecting Logan Paul, I have to say it's True Joy.
Oh, it is absolutely, yeah.
100%.
His podcast with Logan make Logan one of the most likable guys.
Yeah, because you can tell Logan respects him, and because Logan respects him, he, Brian can draw a good conversation out of it.
Yeah.
So, like, you get to see kind of who Logan actually is and his actual thoughts rather than just like
impulsive.
Rather than just, it's more like what he actually thinks than what he wants JJ to hear.
Yeah, like the turning point that made me kind of like him was the first interview with True Jordy, because I still always just saw him as Japan. That was what I saw Logan Paul as. Like, that was the real Logan Paul to me. But I don't know, the True Jordy podcast kind of makes him look like a better person. That's the reason why, even now, like, if it was JJ versus Jake, I still 100% no doubt in my mind would be behind JJ. I hate Jake Paul.
Jake has like no redeeming qualities. Logan actually seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Jake is just a douchebag.
Especially if you've seen Joe Waters' newest video, where he just is so childish and just acts like an absolute knob for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And like, what was the other thing that? Oh yeah, when KSI's old manager, who did the first fight, he went on Jack Mate's Happy Hour. I don't know if you saw this.
No.
But he went on Happy Hour and he was asked about the Pauls, because obviously he's worked with both of them. And he said Logan is genuinely really sound. And he likes Logan. Like, begrudgingly, he does like Logan. But Jake is just a complete knob on and off camera.
Yeah.
Because he showed up to the ring and Logan was like, yeah, this looks class, because he was in the Manchester Arena, the ring set up, all the seats around him. He's like, oh, this is class. And Jake went in the ring and was like, this ring isn't 12 foot. And Stuart was like, yes, it is. And he was like, no, it isn't. And he was walking around the inside, and Stuart was like, no, in England we measure it as post to post, not inside the ring. So if Anthony Joshua asked for a 12-foot ring, he'd get this. And Jake was still like, no. It's like, so what? You have literally one step backwards less. Like, you shouldn't change anything. You're fighting Deji.
If you're a confident fighter, you're not going to give a shit about how big the ring is.
No, especially when you're fighting. You're fighting Comedy Shorts Gamer.
Like, Deji did like no training for the fight.
No,
he spared JJ a couple times in the last month before the fight. He like spared JJ.
He left.
That's pretty much all his training.
He left Vidal behind and went to like train in Peterborough, like. Whereas he was like,
Wolfpack.
Yep. His Jake was like, oh yeah, Shannon Briggs is my mentor.
So what I don't get is how Shannon Briggs was supposed to be the unbiased.
Oh, the first time.
Of the press conference last year.
That just makes the very first press conference all the more insane, because
True Jordy,
as much as everyone
is unbiased.
As
True
much
Jordy is friends. Yeah.
Well, for the second one especially, technically the fourth press conference, True Jordy was 100% unbiased because he's friends with both of them. But
yeah, I mean, I suppose last year
he was biased. He admitted that himself, but he said that he tried his best to be unbiased and big up both fighters. He just did exactly what Shannon did, and let Logan run loose, and let JJ run loose, as Shannon had Logan run loose in LA.
Yeah.
And he held his hand up, so I was like, yep, I messed up there. I'm sorry.
But now, True Jordy isn't JJ's coach.
No. No, he isn't.
You know? So that kind of makes it look...
He was just JJ's friend.
Fucking ridiculous. He's JJ's friend. And I suppose last year as well, he was upset with Logan after, he made that video about Jordy's his own experiences with suicide and all that.
Yeah.
He made that video, and that made him really dislike Logan.
Which, fair enough.
Yeah, obviously, of course. But he did do his best. He came across as unbiased.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit ridiculous that Shannon Briggs is now mentoring and coaching Logan.
Yeah. It just makes it look. It looks so bad on his part.
Yeah.
Anyways,
about the fight itself, what do you think's gonna happen? Who do you think's gonna come in? Do you think it's gonna be like last year where it was 2 rounds and then JJ is kind of a slow burner, or what do you think?
I still think no matter what JJ, if it goes to 6 rounds, which I doubt it will, JJ is finishing stronger.
Yeah.
Because his cardio is just insane, and it was back then. It's probably only going to get better now. But I do think that 100% Logan would have been like, okay, yeah, that needs working on, and I'd say he'd have put a lot into that.
Yeah.
But JJ would have also, like, as much as they want to point out, oh, you can't fight backwards, like JJ said to Logan, and Logan's like, oh yeah, you can't deal with my jab or whatever. We have to remember that fight was 14 months ago.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
They actually, realistically, they haven't got a clue how the other person
fights anymore. No, they don't.
Yeah.
If they did like they were meant to, and this fight should have happened this time last year. That's what it was meant to happen. In November. Then they would have been able to be like, okay, yeah, you can't jab, you can't fight backwards, whatever, because it was only an extra 3 months. But with 14 months gone now since the last fought, Logan would have probably...
It's a lot riskier, nearly.
Logan would have gotten his cardio right, probably, and JJ would probably be more likely to just go in for the kill at the start.
Yeah.
And more capable.
But if there's no knockout, if it doesn't end up in a knockout, and it is like down to whoever, majority rounds or whatever,
yeah.
I think JJ's gonna win.
Yeah.
If it is a knockout, it's a lot harder to tell, because Logan is. I'd say Logan is stronger, but I don't know how much, how good of a boxer he actually is.
Yeah, I think if Logan is like, as much as I'm saying that Logan is the favorite, and he is the favorite because of his natural power and reach and whatever, but the thing is, with Logan, if he's going to win, he has to win in the first 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think True Jordy said this on his preview he did yesterday. If, like, JJ just gets better as the fight goes on, because he knows more about who he's fighting. He knows he has the energy to finish the fight. It's not like Logan, where in round 6 of the last fight, Logan was dead. He was dead on his feet. Like, he got knocked down with 30 seconds to go. If the rounds were 3...
If the round was 30 seconds longer...
It would have been over. It would have been a TKO. JJ would have won. But... it's so hard to call, because my head's saying Logan, but I really, 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 really want JJ to win. And because of that, I keep looking for every possible way that he can.
Yeah. But, you said this to me during the week. You're not going to be devastated if Logan wins.
No,
but it will be very hard. It'll be very upsetting to see JJ unconscious on the canvas.
Yeah, like, man.
Just purely because of the nostalgia. Like,
I've been watching him since 2013. I've been watching him for 6 years. He was basically the first YouTuber I watched, really. The first, like, every single day watching KSI.
Yeah.
So, if I see him, if what Logan has been predicting, if he wins in the first round really quickly, just bang, out, done.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be sickening. And, like, chances are, I don't know if I'm even gonna stay up for the fight. It'll be even worse, because I'll just pick up my phone in the morning and probably just see pictures of a unconscious JJ just there. All over my Twitter. So, because I just have that tie, like, I don't think there's a single member of the LOGAN who's gonna be devastated if Logan loses, apart from like fangirls, because they haven't been following him. Like Logan doesn't have the cult behind him that JJ does. JJ actually has a cult behind him. Proof of that is just how much they all have continued to flock to Joe Weller.
Yeah.
So,
like how many views has that Joe Weller video got?
I don't even know. But I'm hoping for a JJ win, but I think there's two ways it goes, and that's 5th round knockout for JJ, or TKO for JJ, and a 2nd round knockout for Logan.
Yeah.
The main reason I think that JJ's, the more I think about it, the more I think that JJ's gonna win, but I don't know if that's by complete bias or not. But
yeah,
my thought process in that is that JJ is obviously gonna go in, and for the first like 2 rounds, more than likely once again could get just slapped up. I know he will have obviously improved, and there's no way Vidal would have just been like, yeah, you're not sparring people bigger than you. But I think that even if JJ gets knocked down, I don't think Vidal would call it.
No, I don't think
unless he gets knocked down 3 times, I don't think Vidal's going to call it, because I think Vidal's going to know that if JJ gets knocked down, he's going to be like, no.
You can tell Vidal is very confident in JJ.
Yeah.
You can tell that Vidal knows exactly how JJ is going to respond. Just because they have such a close friendship even before they were fighting with each other, you know. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I go through this. I saw this on Twitter. You know, someone was like, they go through this cycle of not watching content about the fight, then thinking Logan's gonna win, then hearing JJ talk about the fight, then thinking JJ's gonna win. You know, and then it repeats. You know. Yeah. So people assume Logan's gonna win because they're not really paying attention to all the press about it. They just see Logan as the bigger guy, the heavier guy, the taller guy, and then they assume, oh yeah, he's gonna win because the taller guy, the bigger person, always has the advantage in every single fight. They're always the favorite. But then you hear JJ and you see JJ's content that he's putting out about the fight, even though it is, a fraction of what he put out last year, which is I think it's helping his cause. Yeah. You see how hard he's training. And you can tell that he is really putting his whole heart and soul into this. Yeah. Because he has a lot more to lose. Yeah. He has the title and his kind of...
pride. That's the main thing. The thing is, JJ will just lose a lot of pride if he loses. I think if Logan... alright, I know... I'm going to disagree with you in the sense that JJ has more to lose, because I think Logan does. Because I think if Logan doesn't win, I watched the whole podcast with him, with the True Geordie. As he was saying, he wants to be not only in... I don't know, when I first heard the podcast, I didn't know if this was in a literal sense or if it was in a popularity sense. But he said he wanted to be bigger than The Rock, a huge entertainer. Yeah. But by that he meant going from the boxing into MMA, into acting, into music, into whatever. Yeah. But
it opens a lot of doors.
That was the exact path he said, because he was there the whole podcast yeah, I'm going to beat JJ, and then I'm going to go to the UFC, and I'm going to make Dana cough up, and then whatever. So I think if he loses to JJ, that's done.
That's game over for him.
That's game over for him. But I think
I hear that.
But if JJ loses, JJ's okay, I'm going to go slap up Jake now anyway. And I'm going to go back with the Sidemen, I'm going to make more music, just move on. his pride's going to take a serious beating because he's put himself up on this big pedestal. And I think if he loses, we'll get something I don't think we've had since 2014. We'll get a fairly timid, slightly less confident KSI.
Yeah, for a while at least.
For a while, until he probably gets back into training to fight Jake and would then be like, nah, I'm class. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. And I know everyone's like, oh, all of these videos like predicting who's gonna win. Everyone just like, yeah, it's hard to tell. I can't really say.
Yeah,
but that's because it is such a close. It's neck and neck.
Like for every strength that like Logan would have, for example, what obviously his natural strength, his reach, his weight, height, etc. JJ has the one thing that I don't think Logan has, and that's that I think he has more determination than Logan does.
JJ has a hunger. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
JJ is really striving to win this fight.
Because I think JJ, that's the point. I'd never finished my point earlier on. I don't know why I didn't. Of Vidal wouldn't call it unless JJ got knocked like 3-4 times. Because I think Vidal knows that if JJ gets knocked, JJ's going to be like, nah. Yep, I'm getting back up, and he'll just keep going and going and going until he's physically done.
Yeah. You know, even if he wins, JJ's gonna probably pass out anyways. You know? Because so much energy is gonna go into this. They can tell neither of them wanted to be a 6-round fight.
No.
So I reckon they're not gonna go in slow.
No, they're not gonna.
It's gonna be a quick fight.
It's not gonna be like how JJ made the last one. JJ went in, he was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna test the water for the first round or two and just see how good he is. And then when he realized Logan's good, he was like, okay, I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah.
So, like, I've been complaining all week because there's been like every other video that goes up is about this, and I can't blame them because I didn't think when Eddie Hearn was taking this and the original thing of there's no YouTubers, I didn't think this would be as big as the first one. This is bigger. This is actually a bigger fight in terms of what's gonna happen because now there is like I thought the last one was big because it was like, oh yeah, who's gonna win? Now they've both built each other. They built each other up. They built themselves up. It's going to end in a win for someone.
Yeah.
And this
it's gonna be a violent match.
Yeah. As much as I wanted to be like, there's no YouTubers on it. Oh, I'm not gonna watch this one. JJ and Logan have done a much better job this time at selling this fight.
Yeah.
Because I don't know a single person who isn't at least intrigued as to what's going to happen.
Yeah. Like, there's people... This is like the first time a YouTube... This is... You know, when you boil it down, this is a YouTube...
Yeah.
This is the first time mainstream media has done so much coverage, so much research into anything to do with YouTube.
Yeah, and even then I still think they're out of touch. But like...
Yeah, of course they are, but...
BBC interviewed Vicstar today. The BBC interviewed Vicstar and Zerka HD.
That's crazy.
Like...
But it's so strange to see Joe Weller, Big Gibber, and Bazinga standing there with their Sky Sports microphones.
Yeah.
That's just never... If you said this to anyone making content on YouTube 10 years ago, they would have called you crazy. If you said, in 2019, there's going to be a boxing fight between the two biggest YouTubers in the world.
Yeah.
The two
Sorry,
biggest.
PewDiePie.
Yeah. They will be the two of the most famous people in the world.
Yeah.
You know, KSI is the most recognizable person on the planet.
Yeah.
And it will be covered by Sky Sports. It will be streamed to millions of people. No one would have believed you
Now,
10 years ago.
if you told me 5 years ago, back in the days of FIFA 14 wager matches with KSI, and the fleeting knowledge I had of a Vine star named Logan Paul, and you told me these two, in 5 years is not that long, in 5 years, are going to be in a boxing ring in the Staples Center, fighting each other with no headguards. One of them will be knocked out, with Sky Sports, DAZN, etc., all being there, present, recording it, and the likes of Joe Weller and the fat man from KSI's Pro Clubs videos stood on Sky Sports being asked who's gonna win, and the guy that packed Pele in FIFA 14. Like, this is insane.
It's ridiculous, and I'm so excited. I'm nervous.
Oh, so am I.
Today, watching this press conference, I got nervous.
Yeah.
I felt it in my stomach. I was like, I am genuinely worried for whoever loses this fight.
Yeah.
Because they will be over.
Well, we say
Even,
over.
You know, we say over, but we say like, oh, KSI, he'll have the sideman. He will be devastated.
Yeah. So will Logan. Like,
they will not. I don't think the loser will take it well.
You know who has, like, for as much as everyone wants to clown on his boxing ability, you know who's been speaking this is going to sound like I'm memeing it. You know who's been speaking absolute facts in the last month?
Weller.
Joe Weller.
Yeah.
Because he started it with saying, to the loser, if you don't come out and fight as well as you can, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Because he hates that he didn't win. Not that he didn't win, that he didn't perform.
He is that person. He is
patient zero for this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
the loser, take what happened to Weller after he lost against JJ and blow it up by 100.
Yeah.
And that's what it's gonna happen to the loser of this fight. But Weller did so well. He turned his career around and he made, I won't say he made his career, but he made something of himself through losing that fight.
Yeah. I will say this to my grave. Joe Weller is the most real YouTuber.
Joe Weller and Hugh Jordan.
Yeah, because you can tell everything he says, he 100% means it. Even on Sky Sports.
Yeah. And, I was thinking about this today. The fact that there's 3 British Sky Sports pundits, I suppose it makes sense because Sky is a British thing. But it's 3 people who know JJ.
Yeah.
It's Ethan, who, they used to live in the same house.
Yeah.
It's Gibber, who spars with him. And it's Weller, who's fought him. It's 3 people who know him
his whole life.
Yeah, it's 3 people who have completely different relationships with JJ.
Yeah.
And that's of course they're team KSI. But they're going to be like a huge asset to the. Are they Gib and
Joe are on the commentary team with the usual. I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna, to anyone who's a boxing purist here, I'm sorry I'm not gonna know his name, but the guy who usually commentates like Joshua fights.
Yeah,
he's gonna be with Joe Weller and Nissan Gibb. This is insane.
It's mental.
How is this happening? What parallel dimension have we entered?
We've fallen into. So, I don't know what else to say, really. Yeah. I'm really excited for this.
I am so the last fight, I I went around one of our friends' houses,
Yeah.
and I was like, I am so excited for this, but I wasn't nervous. I'm nervous now. Why am
I'm
I
scared.
nervous? Why
Yeah.
do I care about these two millionaires stepping in the ring? But it's because I
Hey,
think
I called it. I said it when the fight was announced 2 or 3 months ago.
yeah,
You said on the podcast, you're like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. I was like, wait until it's a few days until the fight. You will be buzzing.
yeah, I'm
And look what's happened to the whole internet has exploded, and you know this is taking up everyone who is a
oh
creator on the
god,
internet.
has to talk about this. You have to.
Yeah, they're all invested in this. Everyone in the world will be, holding their breath at this fight.
Yeah, it's not even like the last one. The
And
last one was a
yeah,
YouTube event. This is
this is a
huge.
this is a global thing. Like, and everyone has an opinion on it as well.
Yeah,
I haven't spoken to anyone about this who's just like, oh, I don't really care. Everybody wants someone to win.
yeah. Like I heard, like you know how we talk. Like there's the stereotypical cool people in school, for example.
Yeah,
Like the same sorts of people that would have been taking the absolute mick out of me when I started YouTube. And I was in Subway yesterday, and I heard them talk
yeah,
about KSI and Logan Paul.
yeah. I mean,
Like it's huge.
it's
It
massive.
it's somehow it is one of the biggest sporting events this year,
Yeah,
if not even the biggest, because it's
there's
like
more people in. There's more people invested in this. I'm gonna say than there were in the Rugby World Cup.
yeah, 100%.
So that goes to show how insane the whole thing is.
Yeah, but
Um.
in terms,
So
if you're here for predictions, sorry.
well, I'm gonna predict. I'm gonna.
We can make predictions, but I mean, like,
They're not really based on anything.
don't expect us to either A, know what the hell we're talking about, or B, not be biased.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to not be biased.
Yeah.
But even in me not being biased, I think JJ's gonna win. I reckon JJ could win by like majority rounds by
Yeah.
vote. I don't like. I'm not so sure. I'm not so confident that they're not.
Yeah. As much as they wanted to promote it, it's almost as though, I don't know, are either of them going to lie down?
Yeah. Like. Anyways, you can watch the fight on DAZN.
If you're in America,
streamed
which is
on-
like none of you.
and Sky Sports
12.95.
12:95. It's on at. It's like 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Yeah,
our time.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm staying up to watch it. I want to so badly, but
So do I. I don't know will I stay up. I might set an alarm and see if I can find it somewhere.
I might. Well, I'm probably gonna set an alarm for like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that, just so I can be up before it's gonna happen, not just turn on the TV,
Yeah.
ding ding ding. But
Are you buying it? You're buying the fight, are you?
I'll look into it, but I probably will. I definitely, if I had thought about it more, I could have avoided paying last year. But at the same time, I just want to support them for this event that they're doing. Like, they're risking a lot.
They're risking, the last year of their lives, really.
Yeah. Like, man. And for my
gonna
prediction,
be good.
I think JJ round 5.
Okay.
Just
So we both think JJ's gonna win, but who knows?
and we're I don't know
Both.
if I'm being like, if I'm just assuming, but we both want JJ to win.
Oh, I 100% want JJ to win. But as you said, I'm not gonna.
Cry.
If Logan wins, if Logan wins, I'll still respect that.
Yeah. I that's the thing. Logan has earned my respect after all this.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you, the one thing, we'll end with this. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is the way the winner's gonna treat the loser in the videos they make afterwards. Unless
it's respect.
Unless they go about it the way Weller went with JJ, who was like, fair play.
Yeah.
You know? You did your best. You beat me. Or, you know, you did your best. It was a good fight.
Yeah.
I hope that Logan, if Logan does win, that he's matured enough as a person to... Yeah, of course there's bragging rights. Of course, you know, it wouldn't be a fight if there wasn't like bragging rights involved.
But I respect... I think...
Hope that doesn't go on.
I think the one thing that needs to be said by both of them, regardless of who wins, is that they respect the hell out of whoever beats them.
Yeah. And
they need to know that without that person, they wouldn't have...
They would be nowhere near what they are.
Yeah. They have made each other better.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not. Is it too much that I kind of want a hug at the end?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I
want to see them shake hands.
At least, yeah.
Want to see, and I want to see Shannon Briggs and Vidal shake hands.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's totally understandable that JJ, but I think the coaches have to be that bit more mature about it. Yeah. And they have to say, okay, well done, fair play.
Yeah. At least Jake isn't fighting. If Jake was fighting, I wouldn't be surprised if he won and did take the L or something stupid. But I think the two of them will be mature enough to be like, GG's, fair play.
Yeah.
Do their this. Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for listening.
We've talked for 57 minutes about KSI and Logan Paul.
Yeah, so, you know, like and subscribe. There should be a normal podcast on next week. Yeah. Of course, next week we'll probably just be talking about the fight again.
We'll talk about whoever wins, but we won't talk for 57 minutes about it.
Yeah, next week is episode 20, so...
Woo!
There might... Yeah.
Second decade of the Bad Friends podcast. As usual, we do this every single week. Send us emails.
No, we don't.
we promote it every week. Send us emails.
Oh, yeah.
Link it, well, not link, but it's in the description. You can copy and paste it. Please join our Discord. Feel free to give us any topics or just whatever you want. If you enjoyed the podcast, please
give us some feedback.
Leave a like. Let us know in the comments.
Drop a comment.
If you think, even like we're not going to beg for your adoration. If you think we're completely chatting out of our asses for this whole 57 minutes, leave a dislike. Tell us in the comments. We're not going to
give us your opinions.
And give us your predictions.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this after the fight, feel free to clown on us.
I suppose, you'll know. We'll all know in 12 hours. A little over
24 hours.
12 hours from
upload.
Whenever this comes up.
Yeah. So, yeah. Guess
thanks for listening. I'm nervous.
So am I. I don't know why.
Okay. Bye-bye.